Have you ever wondered why some guys think becoming more attractive to women is a formula, focusing on stereotypes like tall, muscular men? It's a puzzle, and the truth is, what women find attractive comes in a delightful array. Attempting to simplify it into a formulaic science is where we often go astray. In this video, we will dive into the simple yet profound aspects of what women genuinely find attractive. It's not just about appearances. There's more beneath the surface that sparks interest. Number 1, the female gaze at its core is story-driven. The female gaze is all about stories. Think about those romance novels flying off the shelves. They're mainly read by women. Even in the world of fan fiction, it's mostly women crafting stories around fictional characters. It's not a coincidence. Throughout history, women have been drawn to artists and musicians because they tell stories through their creativity. Now here's the interesting part. You're a storyteller too, without even realizing it. Every time you step out, you're narrating a tale. Your clothing, your hairstyle, it all adds up to your unique story. Even if you're rocking a mullet, own it, because it's part of your narrative. Your walk, the quick glance away, or holding eye contact, all these actions speak volumes. Imagine you're a design-loving student. It's like finding your perfect match. Why? Because shared interests create a connection. See, it's all about showing your genuine enthusiasm. Let's talk about body language, your silent storyteller. The way you carry yourself, the gestures you make, they're all chapters in your book. And guess what? Women are avid readers of this nonverbal tale. So, be aware of the signals you're sending out because, in this narrative, every detail matters. Number 2, looks matter. Looks do matter to women, and it's not to say they don't appreciate an attractive guy. A strong jawline, a bit of facial hair, a moderate height, a fit body, darker features, and a blend of both masculine and feminine traits are generally considered appealing. Picture a guy like Michael Moron from the movie 365 Days. He embodies features that attract a broad range of women globally. However, the interesting part is, there's a wide variety of preferences when it comes to looks. If you tweak the formula to make him slightly more on the feminine side, you get someone like Zayn Malik. On the other hand, if you amp up the masculinity, you might end up with what's colloquially known as a Giga Chad. But it's crucial to understand that these are just idealized representations. In reality, women's preferences vary significantly. Number 3, the black pill antidote. This explains the idea of overcoming negative feelings when faced with societal expectations of being tall, fit, and rich. Instead of feeling disheartened, observing real-life couples in busy downtown squares reveals that attractiveness isn't solely based on physical traits. When you look around, you'll notice average guys happily paired with average girls, and even average guys with beautiful girls. The key here is confidence, security, and self-validation. Women are drawn to men who don't seek constant approval, aren't attention seekers, and exude an air of mystery. Confident men don't rely on others to define their worth. They don't need constant validation. They're comfortable in their own skin, which is immensely appealing. Furthermore, they're not desperate to be the center of attention, creating a magnetic allure that many women find attractive. The mysterious factor adds an intriguing element. Women appreciate a sense of mystery in men. It's not about being completely elusive, but rather having layers to your personality that keep her curious. This element of mystery allows for ongoing discovery, fostering a deeper connection over time. As men, it's crucial to shift our focus from purely physical attractiveness. While looks matter to some extent, they're just one piece of the puzzle. What truly makes a man attractive in the eyes of women includes his sense of humor, the tone of his voice, how he smells, his charisma, kindness, skills, potential, and how he treats not only her but also others, animals and children. It's a combination of qualities that create a holistic view of attractiveness from the female perspective. Number 4, understand the female gaze is like Play-Doh. When it comes to what women find attractive, think of it like molding Play-Doh. If a girl isn't immediately drawn to a guy, the physical attraction can actually grow a lot once she gets to know him a bit. This happens quite often. Many guys start off in the he's alright category, but as she learns more about him, he can either drop into the I would never zone or rise up to the he's really hot level. It's like Pete. He might transform into the best person someone has ever met. Understanding this might be a bit tricky for many guys. See, when we guys spot a beautiful girl, we can instantly feel a deep connection and imagine a whole future together. But for women, that initial attraction isn't the end-all. It's more like planting a seed that can either grow into something amazing or wither away, depending on what kind of person the guy reveals himself to be. So the lesson here is, don't worry too much if you don't get an immediate wow from a woman. Your personality and who you are as a person can make a big difference in how attractive you become to her. It's like the Play-Doh of attraction. It can be shaped and molded over time. Part 5. Relative versus absolute. Now let's dive into the 3 big factors that often catch a woman's eye: height, income, and status. You've probably heard the buzz around phrases like 6 figures, 6-fifted, and a 6-pack. These elements do hold appeal, but here's the twist. Many guys misunderstand what women mean. When women say they prefer a taller guy, it's not about reaching some universal height requirement. It's relative. They generally want someone taller than them. The same logic applies to income and status. Studies show that in couples with differences in these areas, the man is often just a tad taller, earns slightly more, and has a certain level of status. Let's break it down further. The idea of a taller guy isn't about hitting a specific height marker, but being taller than the woman he's with. Income is in the mix too. If you're thinking about becoming a stay-at-home mom, the ideal income for comfort might range from $70,000 to $100,000, or even up to $150,000 to $250,000. And yes, it's reasonable to expect a shared financial contribution in a relationship, a 50-50 arrangement. Status, the third player in this game, is a bit trickier to measure. However, the assumption is that it matters too. Let's face it, many guys tend to exaggerate their height. This has led to skewed perceptions of what 6FT truly looks like. As long as you're a bit taller and bring in a bit more income, you're likely in good shape. The key here is understanding the relative aspect. It's not about meeting some societal standard, but about finding a balance that works for the couple. Number 6. Wide appeal versus niche maxing. In the quest for attractiveness, it's like this. You could be the tastiest peach ever, but there will still be someone who doesn't like peaches. Many advice pieces on making yourself more attractive suggest trying to please everyone, being like the McDonald's of men, universally liked. While certain things like having clear skin and staying in shape can appeal to most, going for broad appeal might not be the best strategy. Number 7. How you present yourself on dating apps. In the tricky world of dating apps like Tinder, it's a bit of a dilemma. We've chatted a bunch about what women find attractive, but here's the thing. Dating apps don't really capture all that. You can't figure out someone's true vibe from a profile. That's why these apps feel kind of weird for both guys and gals. It's not the most natural way to meet. So, you end up swiping left and right on a bunch of random faces, which, let's be real, isn't how real-life connections work. It's like a weird dating generator, and it often leads to some strange choices. You've probably heard about those Tinder experiments where guys swipe right on bizarre things just for attention. It's because the whole app thing can make people a bit desperate. The main reason for sharing these insights is to highlight that many men tie their self-worth to being attractive to women. It's common to strive for impossible standards, leading to frustration. While improving oneself is commendable, it's crucial to understand both perspectives. Embracing your true self with a balanced view on attractiveness allows your genuine qualities to shine. Remember, there's value in seeing the bigger picture. Thanks for tuning in.